Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Hey everybody, Santa Claus is going to be in town during the overnight hours, but during the daytime before he gets here, we're going to have clouds and some very light precipitation in the area. In fact, the only real threat for rain for today is going to be along the Oregon coast, Brookings. A slight chance of seeing a few showers for Grants Pass and Medford with high temperatures into the mid and upper 40s, but everywhere else will be at 40 degrees or warmer throughout the entire region. We'll see clouds on the increase. Now, in terms of our forecast for Christmas Day, things are going to be even warmer throughout the region. We'll be looking at 40s and 50s also throughout the region. A little bit better chance of seeing some rain here in the Rogue Valley, but that's still not even going to be all that significant. A little bit of some rain or snow into the Cascades, but more rain definitely along the Oregon coast. So if you're along the Oregon coast, you're going to have a pretty wet Christmas time. So we're going to be looking at clouds on the increase throughout the day today. We'll see a little bit, like I said, a little bit of light rain along the Oregon coast. That'll struggle to make it inland as we go throughout the day and into the nighttime hours as well. Now, once we get closer towards midnight, we'll start seeing a little bit of some snow along the Oregon Cascades, but again, that's not going to be a significant threat. Most of the rain will actually stay up to our north. Fortunately for Santa Claus, when he's flying in and around the area, he won't have to encounter a whole lot of rain or snow for us. He'll have to deal with it as he heads up north, but we'll still have that threat of rain throughout the region for overnight as we go towards Christmas Eve and into Christmas Day. But we'll be looking at most, even though this activity all wants to be up to our north, we'll still have that threat of rain here in our region. Now, once we go through Monday into the later afternoon, that's when we'll start seeing the heavier rain start to show up really along the Oregon coast, and it will make it inland, but it will weaken as it does just that. By the time we get to Tuesday, here's the leading edge of our next system, and this will actually be a leading edge of our wind maker that I've been talking about. So here's our first clipper system that moves through the region. The next one goes through on Christmas Day, again, creating a lot of rain for the Oregon coast. Here's that wind maker I was talking about for the last several days. Tuesday, it really starts to develop, especially Tuesday night along the Oregon coast, and then that will all move inland as we go through the day on Wednesday. So we're just gonna be under the gun for the next couple of days, and then by the time we get towards the end of the week, we have a weak system offshore that may end up moving mostly into California, so we'll have a little bit of some rain by then, but it looks to be pretty weak at this particular time. Now, in terms of our forecast for rainfall amounts, what we're going to be looking at is light amounts of rain for Christmas Eve. It does try to make it inland, but again, it's not going to be very much at all. For Christmas Day, you can see the rainfall amounts really starting to pick up along the Oregon coast. Could be looking at a ½ inch or so, but light amounts still even east the Cascades. Tuesday, a little bit of a break in between systems, but then Wednesday, that's when the rain really starts to ramp up along the Oregon coast. We'll probably see more than what's being indicated here into the Rogue Valley. Now, in terms of our wind gusts, again, for Christmas Day, we'll be looking at strong gusty winds along the Oregon coast from the south. They will be filtering into the region east the Cascades and down to our south Tuesday night. You can see the timestamp above me, 11 o'clock. So obviously this is pretty approximate, but we'll be looking at gusty winds about probably 20 to 30 miles an hour, easily be gusting to 40 miles an hour. Now, by the time we get to Wednesday, we could be looking at advisory levels in the sense of maybe 50 to 60 miles an hour along the Oregon coast, even so east the Cascades and into the Shasta Valley. So this is something that we'll have to be keeping an eye on. We've been keeping an eye on it for this last several days, and we'll continue to do so. And you can also see here this other timestamp right around lunchtime on Wednesday, pretty strong gusts along the Oregon coast and east of the Cascades. So here's your forecast for the Oregon coast. We'll be looking at temperatures in the 50s and low 60s for the next several days. Warmest day will be the day after Christmas. For Northern California, 44 for today, and then temperatures staying into the 50s through Wednesday, finally cooling off a little bit by Thursday and into the weekend. For the Klamath Basin, we'll be into the 40s, near 50 by Tuesday, cooling off into the low 40s. We'll see some rain and snow, lower snow levels by the end of the week. Same kind of scenario for the Cascades. Most of the snow really starts to show up by the time we get towards Thursday and Friday of next week. Other than that, it's going to be mostly rain. For the Rogue Valley, we'll see some rain for the next couple of days. The rainiest and windiest day will be on Wednesday.